Fine, good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine and you all are doing well. I hope by God's grace you all are safe. So pray to God daily for your health, your studies, your parents, your environment, each and everything. Okay students. So warm greetings to you all students. Welcome to our today's online class. So till last class I have completed chapter 4 and I have marked the question answers for chapter 4 till 2 mark question. Isn't it? Okay. So yesterday I asked you to study 1 mark question as well as 2 mark questions for chapter 4 and also one 3 mark question from the chapter 2. Have you all studied students? Have you all studied? So please don't waste time students. Okay. So today I am going to start a new fresh chapter 5. So what's the title of your chapter means Python variables and operators. Okay. So after sometimes maximum 15 minutes I'll take class today. So after 15 minutes, so yesterday you need to mark, you have marked till 2 mark question, isn't it? So 3 mark question and detailed questions you need to mark. So today after 15 minutes I'll mark and give that remaining questions. Okay student. So some introduction we can study today. So from this fifth chapter onwards you are going to study about Python in detail or in deep. So this chapter is very important because this chapter is the basic for your practical. Okay, so if you understand this chapter means only you can able to do your practicals. Okay, how you need to open that one, open that Python, how you need to type inside, how you need to save the file. So each and every times they are giving very detailed and explained manner in your book itself. So listen carefully students, this chapter is very important for your practicals. Okay students. Okay, so what's the title of your fifth chapter? Python variables and operators. Okay. So listen, so just like a C++, the Python is also a programming, one commonly used, general purpose means commonly used programming language. Okay. So this Python is created by a person called Guido van Rossum. Okay. So this and all important 1 mark questions. Mostly they will ask book inside 1 mark questions from here. Introduction parts and also points to remember. Okay. So listen. So it's a which one? Python is a commonly used general purpose language. So this Python is created by a person named called what? What's the name of the person? Guido van Rossum. Okay. So from where means CWI. That means one institute. Centrum Visquint and Informatia. Okay, that's the name of one institute. There, what does that mean? It's a National Research Institute for what is CWI means. It's a one of the research institute. So it's a research institute for what are the things means maths as well as computer. Okay, CW is a what? One of the National Research Institute. That institute is for what? Which research in the mathematical as well as computer science. So which is located in which area? Netherlands. Understood? This and all important 1 mark question from here. Mostly they will ask 1 mark questions. Okay. So Python is which kind of language? Commonly used. Okay. So Python is which kind of language? It's a commonly used general purpose language. Okay. So it's created by one person called, what's the name of the person? Guido van Rossum. Okay. From where he has created means CWA, that is Centrum Visquinte and Informatia. What's that one? It's one of the research institute. That institute is mainly for what? Research for maths as well as computer science. It is located in where? Netherlands. Okay students, understood the first point? Okay. So in which year they have released the Python means 1991. Okay. So which year they have released the Python? 1991. Okay. How this language got this name means, listen. So there one comedy series is going on. Okay. Just like what circus and all there, no? Just like a one comedy series. That means one just like a circus is going on. What's the name of that one series means? Monty Python's Flying Circus. So what's the name of that show? Comedy show? Monty Python's Flying Circus. So from there only the person got the name Python. So here it's there, no? Python. So the person named the language called as what? Python. Okay. So from where the language got its name? From one of a BBC comedy series. What's the name of that one? Monty Python's Flying Circus. From there the person called that programming language called what? Python. Okay, so this language can support both procedural as well as object oriented. Procedural means normally what we are doing, no procedure with that one. Object oriented concept means last year you have studied, what are things, abstraction, encapsulation, then the modularity, inheritance. So all that programming, that object oriented programming approach will be supported by this Python also. Understood the introduction about Python? So it's a Python is also a one general purpose language. Okay, so this Python is created by a person called what? What's the name of the person? Guido van Rossum. From where here? CWI. What's that one? It's an institute for what? Research Institute for Maths as well as Computer Science, which is located in which place? Netherlands. Okay, so which year they have released this one? Python 1991. Okay, so from where that person has named this language as a Python? So one BBC comedy series is going on where? Yeah, what's the name of that series? Monty Python Flying Circus. From there the person named the programming language also called what? What? Python. Okay, so this programming language also support two kind of approaches. What are they? Both procedural as well as object oriented. Understood? Okay. So next one is key features of Python. This one is very important. 3 more question. Very important question. Key features of Python. So first 3 points you need to write for your. So this 3 points you need to write for your 3 more question. Okay. So what's the first feature means? Listen, already sir. Python is which kind of language? General purpose programming language, isn't it? So because of this general purpose programming language, so this Python language can able to use both scientific as well as non-scientific. That means research work also you can able to implement this Python, as well as normal programming codes or software development. That also you can able to use this Python programming language. So what's the first feature? So it's a general programming language. So you can able to use this kind of Python language for what? Both scientific as well as non-scientific features. Okay, that's the first point. Second one is it is a platform independent. So what do you mean by platform independent? Means listen. So for example, some computers they are installed an operating system called Windows 7. Some systems they are installed Windows 8. Some systems they will install Windows 10. So whatever Windows you have installed, in that Windows itself, whatever Windows it may be, if you are install Python means it will support all the Windows. That is called platform independent. In which whatever platform you are installing, all the platform it will support and run the particular thing. So we can call this a what? Platform independent programming language. Understood? So Python, if you compare to other C++ language, so programs you have written in Python, you can able to read easily and also you can able to understand easily. Understand? So programs you have written in Python, you can by reading itself you can able to understand. Understood? So for 3 more question, you should write this 3 points. Very important thing. Okay, what are the 3 points? So it is a general purpose programming language. So what you can able to use what for both scientific as well as non-scientific purpose. So and also it is a platform independent. Whatever platform you are installing means also you can able to run. Okay, so this kind of programs you can able to easily readable and understandable. So you should write this 3 point. Okay, now which version you are using for this year means, for example, in this 12th standard for practical, which version you are using means Python 3.x. Okay, so which versions you are using Python 3.x. Okay, the name is called Python Idle. What's the name of the software? Python Idle. That is Integrated Development Learning Environment. What do you mean by Idle? Integrated Development Learning Environment. So in this environment only you are going to develop and you are going to run your Python code. Understood? So which version you are using? Python 3.x. So in this version only you are going to run your Python program. Understood? Next one is programming in Python. So next you are going to study how you need to program in Python. Okay, so in a Python you can able to write the program in 2 ways. Okay, listen carefully. So in a Python, how many ways are there to write a program? 2 ways. What are the 2 ways means? Interactive mode as well as script mode. Okay, what are the 2 modes? Interactive mode as well as script mode. Okay, so if you are writing in interactive mode means the symbol will be there. In a command prompt, the symbol will be there. That is a 3 greater than symbol. Okay, so if you are writing a program in a comment mode means or interactive mode means there's which one in a comment prompt. So 3 greater than symbol will be there. So after that greater than symbol only you need to start to write your coding. Understood? So next this is an interactive mode. Okay. Then but in script mode if you are writing the programming you should write a program in a separate file. Understood? So in a script mode if you are writing a program means you should write a program in a separate file and you should store the program with the extension called .py. Understood? So if you are storing the program, sorry, if you are using in a script mode means normally for a practical also you will use script mode only. Okay. So if you are writing a program in a script mode, you should save as a separate file. You should store as a separate file. That file you need to save with the extension which one? .py. Then only you can able to execute. Py in the sense that is Python. So last year we have studied no C++. So C++ you should save the file name with .cpp. Okay, why? That's an identification for a C++ file. Same way here, Python also if you need to save the file means the file name which extension you need to save .py. Okay, so in this script mode you can, if you are writing a program in script mode means you can able to create it, edit it and anything you can able to do. But interactive mode you cannot able to edit. Understood? So how many modes are there to write a program? 2 modes. What are they? Interactive mode as well as script mode. Okay. So if you are going to write in an interactive mode means, so where you need to type in a command prompt. So always you need to type the program after which is symbol? After which is symbol? 3 greater than symbol. Okay. Then, so if you are writing, but if you are writing in a script mode means, so you should always write a file in a separate thing and you should save the file with the extension .py and next you need to separately execute and get the output. Okay. So in the script mode only you can able to what? You can able to edit the file, write the file or anything. Okay. Okay students, up to this enough. I think so because you need to mark the questions for the chapter 4. Just introduction only I have given. Okay. What do you mean by Python? So how you are going to do program in Python. So tomorrow onwards I'll take class, that is how you are going to type the program. How you are going to type the program there. Okay. So now you are all of you please take your textbooks in your hand. So all of you take your textbooks in your hand. So please all of you take your textbooks in your hand. So in your textbooks take page number 44. Yes, students, all of you take page number 44 in your textbook. Have you all taken? Okay. So first you write the page numbers. So 2 more questions yesterday you have written in your notebook, isn't it? So today write the page number for 3 more questions and detailed question. Okay. So 3 more question. So write the page number first. First question page number 31. 31. First question page number 31. 31. Second question page number 34. 34. 34. Third question page number 34. 34. Fourth question page number 35. 35. Fifth question page number 41. 41. Okay, once more. First question page number 31. Second question page number 34. Third question page number 34. Fourth question page number 35. Fifth question page number 41. Okay. Then write the page number for the detailed question. So first question write page number 31, 32. 31, 32. Second question page number 36. Second question page number 36. Third question page number 37, 38. Third question page number 37, 38. Fourth question page number 38, 39. Fourth question page number 38, 39. Fifth question page number 41, 42. Okay, once more. First question page number 31, 32. Second question page number 36. Third question page number 37, 38. Fourth question page number 38, 39. Fifth question 41, 42. Okay, have you all written the page numbers? Okay. So now you can mark the answers. First all of you take page number 31. Page wise we can mark. Okay. So all of you take page number 31 first. Okay. So in page number 31, listen. So first 2-mark question. So second question onwards only you have written in your notebook. First 2-mark question. Define algorithm. Okay. This first paragraph full. An algorithm is a finite set of algorithm. Okay. So otherwise till this enough. Procedure for solving a given problem. It is a step-by-step procedure for solving a given problem. Algorithm is a finite set of instruction from here to till for solving a given problem. Okay, this is a first 2-mark question. First 2-mark question. Have you all marked? Okay. Then characteristics of the same page 31. Characteristics of an algorithm. Listen carefully. So you mark there are 2 questions they ask. 3-mark question as well as 5-mark question. For 5-mark question from here to characteristics of an algorithm from here to till next page. Page number 32 till here. Fully you need to write that tabular column full. Okay. For 5-mark question from here page number 31. An algorithm should have following characteristics from here to till the page number 32. Next page till this tabular column. First detail question. First detail question. Listen, for 3-mark question, so only this headings alone you need to write this explanation on it. For example, input, output, finiteness, definiteness, effectiveness, correctness. Only this headings alone enough for 3-mark question. That's the first 3-mark question. List the characteristics of algorithm. So for first 3-mark question, only this headings alone enough. No need to write the explanation. But for first detail question, you should write full explanation. Understood? Okay. Then take page number 34. Page number 34. Page number 34. So under the heading complexity of an algorithm. Complexity of an algorithm. From here, okay. Suppose A is an algorithm from here to till here. Efficiency of A. This is the second 3-mark question. Second 3-mark question. Suppose A is an algorithm from here to till the efficiency of A. This is a second 3-mark question. Then same question only starting from here. These 2 things no need. Then from here complexity of an same second question only 3-mark question. Okay. The complexity of an algorithm. Okay. From here to till next side till the space complexity. Okay. Till the space complexity. So see the space complexity last 2 point. Space required by an algorithm is equal to sum of following 2 components. So here you need to write this heading around a fixed part and variable part. This explanation no need. Understood? Second 3-mark question. Second 3-mark question starting from here this paragraph full. Then from here the complexity of an algorithm from there to till here. Okay. So 2 components you need to write the heading fixed part and variable part. Explanation no need. Okay. The second 3-mark question. Then third 3-mark question. Third 3-mark question from here space the page same page number 34. From here time complexity starting from here time complexity from here to till last a given value of n. Okay, till last. This is a third 3-mark question. Third 3-mark question. Okay. Then take page number 35. Page number 35 asymptotic notations. Okay, asymptotic notation from here this asymptotic notations are languages that use page number 35. Very important question from here to this is the fourth 3-mark question. Fourth 3-mark question from here to till next page here. Best case and worst case till here best case and worst case. Okay, this is the fourth 3-mark question. Fourth 3-mark question. Okay. Then detailed question same page number 36. Same page. Linear search algorithm. Very important question. Linear search. From here to starting from here page number 36. This is the second detailed question. Second detailed question. Page number 36 from linear search starting from there to till next page this diagram. Till this diagram. Okay. Till this diagram. Second detailed question. Second detailed question. Okay. Then third detailed question page number 37. Same page. Page number 37 binary search. Starting from here binary search from here to then next page number 38 till this diagram. Not till this diagram till this one. Page number 38. Return unsuccessful result. Return unsuccessful result. This is the third detailed question. Okay. So next one, fourth detailed question, bubble sort algorithm. From here, same page number 38. Bubble sort algorithm from here to 38. From here, bubble sort algorithm from here to till the next page here. 16. Till the next page here. 16. Okay. This is the fourth detailed question. Then listen. So selection sort and the next one insertion sort. They have not given us a book back question in, but you should study. This selection sort also from here to, this is a book inside, from here to till the end of the diagram. This one. Insertion sort starting from here to till the end of the diagram. This two questions also you need to study. Okay. So before that first batch they have asked the selection sort algorithm. Okay. Then page number 41. Page number 41, dynamic programming. Starting from here, dynamic programming is an algorithmic design. From here to here, sub problem, this paragraph full. Okay, dynamic program is an algorithm design method. From here to till sub problem, this paragraph full. Okay, this is the fifth 3-mark question. Fifth 3-mark question. Okay, dynamic programming from starting from here to till sub problem. Fifth 3-mark question. Okay, then detailed question, dynamic programming. Listen, starting from here, dynamic programming is an algorithmic design. From here to till page number 42 till the last. Page number 42. This Fibonacci series till the last. Okay, students. So this chapter fully you have marked. So you should study thorough all 2-mark question. So yesterday you have completed 1 mark and 2 mark, isn't it? So today's study portion is all the 3-mark question and first 2 algorithm. Okay, 3-mark question and also first 2 linear search and binary search algorithm. Okay, students, thank you. Take care well. Study well.